folks, it's Matt Bowe with Matthew Bowe Design Build, and I'm on site in Lovettsville, Virginia at the site of a new home build we have going on. Today's an exciting day. We're setting the foundation. You can see it going in place behind us, and for many of you, this might be the first time you've seen this. This is a precast foundation. It's being installed by Weaver Precast, and it's called a superior wall. So once they get all this dangerous overhead work done and the panels have all been set, we'll go down inside the basement and talk about all the benefits and features of this particular type of foundation system. But I'm here with Matt Smith today with Weaver Precast. So let's get into more detail with Matt on that. So Matt, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me out.
So this is our first project together on this. I actually did one of these about 10 years ago. It's been a while, and I'm really glad I'm back to using it again. But why don't you talk about the walls, in particular, some of the benefits of this precast system over a conventionally formed and poured in place foundation?
Sure. So as you already touched on it a little bit, we are a precast foundation product. Really what that means is that our product is made within a climate controlled facility up in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The benefits and the behind that is because it can really give us a high quality and a precision when it comes to the walls and the concrete itself.
So let's talk about the prefabrication offsite in a plant.
Yes.
So what I see there is, I understand, it's consistent quality control, it's precision, it's the ability to keep to a schedule, and it's just a super consistent engineered product. Which, let's face it, when we're pouring in the field, we're always dealing with, climate conditions that can impact your pour, the timing of your pour, the overall strength of your concrete, all those things. Is that correct?
Correct. So working within a climate controlled facility, it allows us to control the mix of the concrete. So all the walls are made customized to each particular build. So every wall is a little bit different. It's engineered a little bit differently depending on what the specifications of every house are. With our walls, we test them after 7 days, the concrete, after every 7 days, to make sure that it holds at least a 5,000 PSI crush test.
Right, so that's compared to a 3,000 PSI mix, so it's substantially stronger. And that mix and that density gets us a waterproof concrete, which a standard field pour does not reach.
Concrete is tested at around 4,000 PSI. It is water impermeable. So when you're getting a poured in place wall that might measure around 3,000 PSI, it is still allowing some water to transfer through the concrete.
Sure.
Because our walls are, typically around 6,000 PSI, you're not getting that water penetration through the wall, no water vapor transfer, there's no condensation building on the inside of the wall.
Now the other thing is we have insulation. The rigid insulation is part of the fabrication. It's part of this wall, and it's continuous around all the studs. So that gives us a better thermal performance on this wall as well too.
Yes.
And then the other thing we're taking a look at is these metal, the furring strips on the face of the studs allow us to come right in. This owner wants to eventually finish their basement, and they'll be able to just apply drywall right on. I don't have to do a framing around these walls. So it reduces that cost, and makes it a lot easier to finish this basement, correct?
Correct. Yeah, so as I mentioned originally, the insulation actually acts as the form for when we pour in our walls. So we lay the walls face down with the blue part facing down, and we pour the cement on top of it. So it is a continuous thermal break. The insulation is bonded directly to the concrete. And the galvanized steel studs, you can frame right up against it. We also have wiring chases through the top third and the bottom third of the wall, which allow you to run your electric right through the wall panels.
Yeah, and one of the other things I love about this is everybody knows basements they tend to be damper. There's a couple of aspects about this design that I think was seriously going to mitigate that. One is the waterproof nature of the concrete. Second is the waterproof membrane we put on the outside. Third is this rigid insulation. And then fourth is it actually has a different drainage system underneath that does not allow water to migrate up into the footers of the wall. And all these things reduce the moisture content down in the basement and make this basement a much more comfortable living space. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So one of the differences between our system and traditional foundation systems is that it sits on a gravel base. which allows the water to flow freely to the drainage systems and move freely underneath the slab. So there is no footing system that can sometimes act as a dam, but it does allow the water to flow freely down to the drain tile.
So folks, as a builder, one of the things we're always faced with right now is labor shortages and scheduling issues because of the labor shortage and the amount of activity in this area. So I am a big proponent of off-site construction of various aspects of our projects when I can find those that suit us well. We think this is an outstanding product. We actually believe, just as the name implies, that this is a superior foundation system, and the end result is the homeowner is going to get a more comfortable living space, and we've been able to control our construction schedule by use of this system. So Matt, I want to, number one, thank you for all the help you gave my team in the pre-construction planning, and then you even came after the fact and did an inspection to make sure that we were right on with the manufacturer's specifications. So that vendor supplier support is critical to us, and we really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys did a great job prepping the job site, doing your framing details afterwards, so kudos to your team.
So folks, thanks for watching. On our next episodes, we're going to get out of this basement and go upstairs and start taking a look at the framing progress. But until then, I'm Matt Bowe with Matthew Bowe Design Build on site in Lovettsville, Virginia.